Hey guys, this is Dr. John, and this is your Maintenance Minute. We're going to lighten it up a bit for this episode. I want to talk about the profession of maintenance and reliability. Many of you don't think about this as being an actual profession, but it really is, like being a doctor or a lawyer or some accountant, some other vocation that you think might be considered professional. What do professionals have in common? Well, first, they're students or they're scholars in the business that they're in. They understand it, they study it, they read up on it. They attend conferences and seminars, they take online programs, they get together with like-minded folks or folks with different opinions. Certainly, that's important. And they talk about the business and the profession they're in, and they share ideas and resources. They speak about what they're doing, they talk about areas where they need to improve, and they go out and they improve those. So maintenance and reliability is a real profession, so I want to challenge you to give that some thought and see what you can do to really remind yourself that you're in a real serious profession. And then I'm going to challenge you on a couple of other things. First, I want to encourage everyone that's watching these videos. You don't have to be a maintenance person by any means. Operations, the office staff, folks in headquarters, you don't have to be a maintenance, certainly not a maintenance technician or a maintenance manager, but I want to encourage you to get your CMRP through the SMRP, through SMRP Co, Smurf Co is what I say. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but get your Certified Maintenance and Reliability Professional certification. I want you to work on that. Also, you can probably see, you've probably been able to see behind my shoulder on many of these videos that I have a little bit of a library. It's not as extensive as it probably should be, but a professional has a library. You know, essentially, what are you reading? Here's a couple of books that I don't get anything from these by any means, but I want to encourage you to have at least these 3 volumes in your library. If you don't have them, I want to encourage you to get them. The first one is I want you to get Maintenance Planning and Scheduling Handbook by Doc Palmer. Fantastic book. This is literally the book on planning and scheduling, so make sure this is in your library. Also, if you don't have it, you need to get Ron Moore's Making Common Sense Common Practice. I wish I would have come up with this title. This is a great book. It's a real fun read too, so you want to make sure that you have this book. Also, and this is probably the book that you certainly, if you can only buy one book, this is probably it right now. Ramesh Gulati's Maintenance and Reliability Best Practices. Now, this is my book. It's the 2nd edition. I believe Mr. Gulati is up to the 3rd edition now. I think that's right. Anyway, you want to own this book, and if you're taking the CMRP exam, as I mentioned at the beginning, you certainly want to study this book. Now, I will warn you, this is the kind of book that you don't want any music going on in the background. You need to pay attention to this book. Also, I'm going to encourage you, if you're a professional, you want to subscribe to and you want to participate. You also want to write articles for all the different trade magazines that we have that are in our industry. So I consider myself quite a scholar. I'm published in many of these myself, and I'm going to encourage you to, what are you reading basically? How are you keeping up on things? If you have any time left or if you have any money left and you want to add to your library, I always want to encourage you to pick up 2 other really good books. The Reliability Excellence Workbook from Ideas to Action by a little guy named John Ross, and also Cover Your Assets, Asset Management at Your Place and at Your Pace. Now, I do get something for these, so I kept those for last, but I do want to encourage you to think about maintenance and reliability as a profession. And what do professionals have? They have a network, they have fellowship, they have community. They come together and they discuss things and they improve and they create things. So there's some scholarship type work, and they study things and they speak about things and they give presentations and they hold meetings and they go to training. I want to encourage you, if you're not doing those things, if you do not have a library at home or where you work, I want to encourage you to get one. And again, the 3 books I encourage you to have are Ramesh Gulati's, Ron Moore's, and also Doc Palmer's book. Make sure you have these in your collection. At least have these 3. These are the principal books that I'd recommend. And by all means, work on that CMRP certification and join a fellowship, a very limited club. I'd be happy to welcome you into it. If you have any questions about these kinds of things or anything relative to the profession of maintenance, please reach out and contact me, because I'd love to have that conversation with you. I'm Dr. John, and this has been your Maintenance Minute.